you changed my
Right.
wrestling viewpoint. I
But
texted you and I said, "I'll never see it the same again."
okay,
Mm,
but it doesn't matter with that's the thing with wrestling, with our profession. It doesn't matter. None of what nothing that I can sit and tell you everything the way I see it or what I've seen done and the best wrestlers in the world and everything because I've seen them or watched them or know them or but you can do the exact opposite and still connect with an audience.
mm,
There's a lot of people you can go back the incredible wrestlers and they don't do the best of pins.
yeah.
They don't have to though. That's it. You can't. None of it makes any sense. We have to try to make logic out of an illogical business, and but there is no logic at the end of the day. Some people don't have to do anything right. They don't have to do. They can do the exact opposite, and they're a million times bigger. That's it. Some people don't want to listen to me because why would you? Who am I? I'm just a fellow with a whatever. But I am I'm not full of my own nonsense. So somebody who's made a lot more money than me and been 10 times world champion, rightly so, you should listen to them. Right, because they've figured it out. Because a professional wrestler's job is to make money. They've figured it out better than I have. I am just a detail person. I know what I am. I know what I'm not. Right. So when it comes around to getting opinions off people, I already had a structure there. I didn't ever need anybody giving me opinions, right? Apart from the people that I had. And Paul Orndorff was one of those people. So Paul Orndorff was, for any young wrestlers, go back and study him. And if you want to ask me questions on why, we'll do that later,
Right.
right? It's not, and I can do it in many forms.
You were great at reacting. I mean, everyone knows you were
Reacting.
a
I
great
prefer
reactor.
the term reacting
Absolutely.
because as you get better at this, you should learn how to react and not sell. You
Sure.
start off selling, but it's like an actor. You learn to react, not act, because otherwise it looks like acting. And sometimes that is a necessary part of this, but it's going
React
with it.
instead of act,
Act.
because if
Yes.
you act, it looks like acting, but if you're
Yeah.
reacting, it looks real? Is that kinda what you're saying?
Or it doesn't have to always look, it just looks better.
Right, okay, okay,
Right. Right.
right.
Again, different podcasts, all these things, keep note of them because we can go into on the question and answer things. If anybody
Absolutely.
keeps note of this, we can expand on them. But if I start now, we'll be here for 5 hours,
Oh, yeah.
right? Or 10 hours. It's just things that we need to keep. And please, everybody, if you're interested in what we're doing with this podcast, keep little notes on these things I say, because we need to revisit them all. There's so much to revisit, especially for the young wrestlers who are listening. There's so much to revisit. I want to go here, have all this. It, the people like Daniel Bryan and Claudio, and there's lots of others have been around me a lot. This is how I talk. You can't just, there's no simple answers. To me, if somebody's giving you a simple answer, they haven't really done that much. Right? They
Yeah.
can just give you a quick formula how to do something. They haven't done that much, or they're better at they're just more. Maybe they're just better at putting things into terms. And I know I'm not.
Well,
I can't give concise answers to things. I just I give every experience. You have to be around me a lot to get all these things because I can look in somebody's eyes when I'm talking to people now, and I know whether they're getting something or not. Right? If I've got a group of people, I'm going, that's not clicked with him. That hasn't. That's so I'll explain. I've seen it this way, and I've seen it because I have. It's not that I'm any good or I know what I'm doing. I've just seen a lot of different ways, and it can all work. It can all work. It can come from many different ways. There's no right or wrong way of doing anything. There's just certain ways of, and certain people can do it one way and certain another. There's things that I see that bother me when I watch wrestling. We talked about pins the other week.
man, you changed